Far away on the edge of our solar system there drifts a pale blue-grey giant. At first glance, Uranus may seem like a frozen lifeless marble lost in the void, but if we look closer, we discover that this world is unlike anything else we know. Its tilt, its seasons, its storms, and even its interior hold secrets that continue to surprise scientists. I'm your guide here on Cosmic Compass. Let's take a journey together and explore everything you could want to know about Uranus, the mysterious ice giant. Let's start with something surprisingly unique, the name. Most planets in our solar system were named after Roman gods Mars, Jupiter, Neptune, but Uranus is the exception. Its name comes directly from the Greek god of the sky, Uranus, later Latinized into Uranus. This already sets it apart, but you've probably noticed something else. People can't even agree on how to pronounce it. Some say Uranus, others your anus. If the original Greek name had been kept, perhaps we would have avoided this little cosmic joke altogether. Still, the name carries weight. It reminds us that Uranus was in myth, the very embodiment of the heavens themselves. Now, where exactly do we find Uranus? It's the seventh planet from the Sun, orbiting at an average distance of 19.2 astronomical units. That's more than 19 times farther than Earth. At that distance, sunlight is faint, just a tiny fraction of what we enjoy here. 1 year on Uranus lasts a staggering 84 Earth years. And because of its elongated orbit, the distance from the Sun shifts by nearly 2 AU, making it the planet with the largest orbital variation. This great distance also explains why Uranus is the coldest planet in the solar system. Temperatures in its upper atmosphere drop to around 220 degrees. Even though Neptune lies farther out, Uranus somehow holds the title of coldest giant. Interestingly, irregularities in Uranus's orbit once led astronomers to predict another unseen world. This prediction proved correct. Neptune was discovered thanks to Uranus's gravitational wobble. Today, similar theories about distant orbital oddities fuel the search for the mysterious Planet 9. But what really makes Uranus unforgettable is how it spins. Most planets rotate upright, like tops spinning neatly on the solar system's table. Uranus doesn't. Instead, it's tipped over by 97 degrees. It doesn't spin, it rolls along its orbit like a ball knocked onto its side. What does this mean for Uranus's seasons? Something truly bizarre. During solstices, one hemisphere of Uranus faces the sun, continuously basking in daylight for 42 years straight, while the other half is plunged into 42 years of darkness. Only the narrow band near the equator experiences something resembling day and night. Uranus rotates once every 17 hours and 14 minutes, but its atmosphere is restless. High altitude winds race so fast that some parts of the planet complete a rotation in just 14 hours. Strangely, despite its tilt, the equator is hotter than the poles, and scientists still don't fully know why. The most likely explanation for this dramatic tilt is a violent one. Long ago, Uranus may have been struck by an Earth-sized object, knocking it onto its side and setting the stage for its strange seasons. How big is Uranus? Among the giants, it's the smallest yet still enormous compared to Earth. Its mass is about 14.5 Earths, and its diameter stretches 5,700 kilometres, roughly 4 times the size of our world. Because its mass is spread out over such a large volume surface, gravity is surprisingly gentle, about 0.89 G. If you could stand on a solid surface there, you'd feel almost the same weight as on Earth. Inside, Uranus is built very differently. At its heart lies a small rocky core wrapped in a thick mantle of water, ammonia and methane. Though often called ices, these layers are under such pressure that they become a scorching, slushy ocean. Temperatures may reach 5,000 degrees Celsius. Above this mantle lies a thin atmosphere, made mostly of hydrogen and helium, with about 2-3% methane. It's this methane that scatters sunlight and paints Uranus with its soft aquamarine glow. But here's the extraordinary part: under extreme pressures, methane may break apart. The carbon inside could be compressed into crystals, literally raining diamonds deep into the planet. Imagine storms where gems fall like hail, sinking toward what could even be an ocean of liquid diamond. Laboratory experiments on Earth suggest this isn't just fantasy, it's physically possible. Uranus, like the other giants, wears rings, 13 of them to be exact. But unlike Saturn's dazzling display, Uranus's rings are narrow, faint and dark, so dark their reflectivity is less than 2% darker even than wet asphalt. They were discovered by chance in 1977 when astronomers noticed a star blinking several times as Uranus passed in front of it. Later, Voyager 2 in 1986 revealed even more detail, and the Hubble Space Telescope discovered additional outer rings in the 2000s. Scientists believe these rings are relatively young, just 600 million years old, and may have formed from violent collisions between Uranus's moons. Why some of the rings remain so tightly confined is still debated, though in at least one case, shepherd moons are helping hold them in place. Now let's look at Uranus's moons, 27 known in total, and unusually they're not named after gods but after characters from English literature, especially Shakespeare. The moons fall into three groups: 13 inner moons, tiny bodies connected to the rings; 5 large moons, Miranda, Ariel, Umbriel, Titania and Oberon; 9 irregular moons, likely captured objects. The largest, Titania, spans 1,600 kilometres, making it the 8th largest moon in the solar system. Miranda, though small, may be the most fascinating, with deep canyons and fractured terrains that hint at a violent geological past. These major moons are thought to have rocky cores and icy mantles. Beneath the ice there may even be subsurface oceans of liquid water. Intriguingly, their axes tilt like Uranus itself, so if you were standing on one during solstice, the sun would circle endlessly in the sky, never setting. The 9 irregular moons orbit farther out and are probably captured asteroids. The largest, Sycorax, is about 200 kilometres across. Together, this eclectic family of moons makes Uranus one of the most complex systems in our solar system. What about Uranus's climate? With its extreme tilt, its seasons are unlike any other. As solstice approaches, the poles brighten, forming strange luminous collars. Later, as Uranus moves away, the brightness fades. This may be caused by methane clouds thickening, but the exact cause remains uncertain. Storms are rare compared to Jupiter or Neptune, but they do appear likely tied to seasonal changes. Then there's the magnetosphere. Most planetary magnetic fields line up neatly with their rotation axes. Not Uranus. Its magnetic field is tilted by nearly 59 degrees, and it's even offset from the planet's centre. This creates a lopsided, twisted magnetosphere that's far stronger in one hemisphere than the other. One theory suggests that the conducting layer generating this field might not be the core at all, but the mantle of water and ammonia. As Uranus spins, the magnetic tail whips millions of kilometres into space, twisted like a cosmic ribbon. So what do we make of Uranus? At first it might look quiet, a pale world hidden in the distance, but beneath that calm surface lies a story of chaos, violence and wonder. A planet tipped on its side with seasons that last decades, rains of diamonds, rings carved from collisions, and moons named after literary legends. For years, Uranus was overlooked, visited only once by Voyager 2 in 1986, yet the more we learn, the more it reveals itself as one of the most fascinating planets in the solar system. It reminds us that even the quietest corners of our cosmic neighbourhood hold surprises waiting to be discovered. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If you enjoyed exploring Uranus, there are many more worlds and cosmic stories ahead. Let's keep exploring together. Until next time here on Cosmic Compass,